Hello guys. So I was bored and decided to do a tier list, and let's just jump right into it. Adaptive Blade. It has absolutely no uses, only for museum, so I'm placing it in F tier. Artisanal short bow. It is a pretty decent bow early game until you get a dragon short bow. So I would place it in the C tier. UTD. It is A tier because it is pretty good. You can use a Dragon Fuse glove to buff it even more, and it's not too hard to get. It's pretty cheap. Only requirement is combat 18. It's pretty good overall. A good stepping stone until the other weapons. So I'm placing in A tier. Aspect of the end is obviously S, not S plus because that's AOTV. So yeah, the ability is amazing. Museum value. And as I said, AOTV is goated. It's not used for anything else but museum and teleportability, which pretty much everyone uses. Astrea. So basically all variants are the same in my opinion. And it's good mid-game. Like mid-game players only use this weapon, with endgame, it's literally just a wand of healing, a better wand of healing, nothing else. I'm placing it in S tier, and the other uses are just Kudra and some B tier grinding, I'd say, and that's probably it. Atom Split Katana. So I am gonna rank these weapons based how good they are on their Slayer, and I'd say it's easily S plus. It's like so good on E-Man, it's insane. Actually, I'll putting in S tier, above Astrea and below AOTE. Aurora staff. Yeah, it's only good for museum and then early game players, I'd say. Like, it helps them one-shot zealots and that stuff. So I would put it in B tier based on early game because it really is good at one-shotting things really early on. Okay, Axe of the Shredded. Yeah, so this thing, okay, AOTS. Yeah, so for Revenants, it's not even that good as well. So I'm putting in C tier. Needless Axe does slightly less damage than it, and you get Magifine and all other shit you want. So yeah, C tier. Blade of the Volcano. F tier. Okay, Boomerang. This thing used to be the absolute greatest weapon in the game, and then they just fixed the sword swapping and it became just useless, completely useless. And it became good again in Kudra, I think. And now it's also not really good. So it does give good museum values, so I'm placing it in D tier. Okay, Bantu Staff. Pretty good mobility item, pretty bad weapon overall. B tier. Celeste Wand. Museum value. Cleaver. Museum value. Conjuring. Museum value. Cthulhu Sword. Museum value. Daedalus Axe. Ooh, that's my favorite item in the game. The favorite weapon. Literally all you need outside of dungeons for melee, and it's the best. It's really good on giving you magic find. And yeah, I'm putting it S plus. Dark Claymore. It basically has just one use, and it's LCM in dungeons, and I'll explain later why I put it in this tier. Yeah, the Deathbow. Museum value. Okay, the Blaze Daggers. They are just necessary to kill the bosses, so I'm putting it S plus because you need them. It's a must for Blaze. Dragon Shortbow. Ooh, this one is not bad. It's probably what you're gonna have when you're early game as a shortbow, and it's pretty solid, I'd say. A tier as well. Riddler Sword. Museum value? Museum value? Edible Mace. It used to be amazing because you wouldn't have to use it with Bone Meringue back in the day, and now it's useless, so I'd say just museum value. Ember Rod. It has no uses at all. F tier. Emerald Blade. It used to be really good, now it's useless and pointless, and if you die you lose coins. F tier. Ensemble, Museum, Ensign Sword. Ooh, this one is... It is really good for mana draining. And I'd say it's a B tier. And Sword. It's what I use in bingo. Kill my first few zealots until I get a void sword and D tier. Enderbow, Museum, and Rager. If you get it, it's bang, but otherwise has no uses and museum value. D tier, D tier, D tier, just because good money if you get it. Explosive Bow, Museum value. Fancy Sword, Museum value. Spell Sword, Museum value. Fire Freeze Staff. And it's really good if you're doing Diana and an Inquisitor spawns like in the corner, or just... It's pretty good on just freezing enemies in place for some time if you need. I say it's pretty okay. C tier. Fire Fury Staff. Museum value. Fire Veil Wand. It's pretty good for killing mobs around you. A tier. The second tier daggers, I think. Say B tier. Flaming Sword. Museum value. Flora Zombie Sword. It has uses early game, I think. I'd say. C tier. It helps with healing. Flower of Truth. Used to be good. Now it's decent. B tier. Frozen Scythe. I don't really know what to say about this thing. I guess it's good early game and killing zealots. I put it in C tier maybe. Gold Booster is Museum value. Giant Cleaver, Museum value. Giant Sword, it's really not that good. C tier. And Midas. Okay, so the reason why I put Dark Claymore in D tier is because it is slightly better than Claymore at LCMing if you have Golden Dragon, but you're always gonna have it. And it's just the best melee weapon now. So yeah, it's outclassed by Dark Claymore and still has only one use, and it's LCM. C tier. Glacial Scythe. People use it for killing mobs to spawn slayers faster and the zealot bruisers. I'll put it in B tier. Golem Sword. Museum value. Great Spook Sword. Museum value. Hellstorm Wand. Museum value. Hunter Knife. I'll put it in D tier just because it gives some speed. Extremely early game, like when you just start or on bingo. Hurricane Bone. I don't know what it's used for. Maybe Baal, but I'm not sure. I'll put it in D tier just because I think it's used for Baal. Hyper Cleaver. Museum value. Hyperion. Just as I said, all of those go in S tier. Ice Spray Wand. It gives a pretty good debuff on mobs, so I'd say it's A tier. Ink Wand. Museum value. Jet Machine Gun. C tier just because people use it for climbing walls in dungeons. Juju Shortbow. It is A tier just because the damage is good and it's not too hard to acquire. Candlebane Dagger. Okay, oh, it's the second tier. Okay, these go in D tier because they're first tier and you don't need to use those weapons necessarily. Okay, Last Breath. It gives really good debuffs. Each arrow reduces the enemy defense by 10% and stacks up to 5 arrows. So I'd say it's an S tier easily as well. Leaping Sword. Museum value. Leave Dagger. The favorite weapon for early game players. I'd say it's B tier because it's cheap, it's popular, it's just a solid weapon. Although you can definitely optimize for better setups. It's just easy to use. It's not bad. Machine Gun Bow, Museum value, Magma Bow. It used to be used with the Bone Marang meta, but now it's not even obtainable, so F tier. Okay, this one is the second tier, I think, and it goes in B tier. Mercenary Axe, Museum value, Midas Staff. Ooh, it does a fuck ton of damage. It was used to one-shot Enderman Slayer, now it's not possible, I heard. I am putting it in C tier now. Okay, Midas Sword. Just a regular Midas Sword, I'd say, based of the texture. The base Midas Sword is pretty dog shit, so I am putting it in F tier. Mosquito Bow, Museum value. I really hope it would be a short bow because it would be extremely good, in my opinion. The healing ability and the without it gives. Necromancer Sword, Museum Value. Necron Blade, unrefined. It's funny, so I'm putting it with those. If you scroll them, it's the same. I need Zombie Sword. This is a better florid Zombie Sword, so I'm putting it in B tier because it does help a lot of people. Phantom Rod, only uses for Arachne, D tier. Pigment Sword, used to spam it to get a lot of defense in dungeons, but now it's useless. F tier. Pooch Sword. Oh. It used to be not good and almost useless, but now after they buffed the Slayer weapons to give plus 45 combat wisdom on the Slayer, it's pretty good. It really helps with Sven, so I'm putting it B tier. Prismarine Blade, Museum Valley. Prismarine Bow, Museum Valley. Hierarchious Dagger. This is second tier, so I'm putting it in B tier. Ragnarok Axe. Oh, this one is actually S tier. It's really in the front of the S tier. If you put Chimera on it and just do the other stuff you can to maximize strength on it, and if you equip a G-Drag, you can get a lot of strength out of this. Wither Axe. It's an okay weapon. Void Sword outclasses it, so I'm putting it in D tier. Ripple Falcon. It's jank, honestly, but if you're using it, you're probably early game, so it goes into A tier because there's probably nothing better you can use for Revenant if you're in that game stage. Reaper Scythe, it's pretty good for summons, which people use for Enderman hit phase. So that's why it goes in C tier. Recluse Fang, Museum Valley. Revenant Falcon, it's not hard to get on Iron Man, and it's pretty good, I'd say, so I'm going in D tier. Rogue Sword, pretty good on early game profiles, A tier, and bingo. Runan's Bow, Museum Valley. Savannah Bow, Museum Valley. Scorpion Bow, Museum Valley. Scorpion Foil. I really wish it was way better, but oh well, it's a horrible Spider Slayer weapon, so it goes straight into the F tier. Scylla, S tier because, you know, Shadow Fury. It's a pretty good weapon for its price. It does a lot of damage, and the belt is not too good, but it's a good weapon. A tier. Unfragged one. I don't know why would you have unfragged one, but it goes straight into A tier because it's fragging. It's free, and why is there even two of them? Shaman Sword. Museum Valley. Shredder. Museum Valley. Silent Death. Museum Valley. Silker Sword. Museum Valley. Silver Fang. Museum Valley. Sinseeker Scythe. Museum Valley. Flame Bow. Museum Valley. Sniper Bow. Museum Valley. Soul's Rebound. It did have some funny stuff happening with it. I'm putting in detail because it's not really useful. Soul Whip. It used to be the weapon you use for Ghost. It's Museum Valley. Soul Sealer Bow. Museum Valley. Spider Queen Stinger. Museum Valley. Spider Sword. Museum Valley. Spirit Bow. You're probably gonna get it after you unlock floor 4. And it's a stepping stone to Juju Shotbow from Dragon Shotbow, so I'm putting in B tier. Spirit Scepter. It's a solid weapon. It does really good AoE damage. So I'm putting it in A tier. Spirit Sword, Museum Valley. Squire Sword, Museum Valley. Staff of the Rising Sun, Museum Valley. Staff of the Volcano. The only uses just to lower your health in Kudra if you're lifeline, so D tier. Starlight Wand, Museum Valley. Starlight Bonzo Staff. It's literally the exact same as this, so I'm putting it like above it because why not? Starred Spider Queen Stinger, Museum Valley. Starred Venom's Touch, Museum Valley. Sulfur Bow, Museum Valley. Super Cleaver, Museum Valley. Super Winded Bow, Museum Valley. Sword of Bad Health, Museum Valley. Sword of Revelations, Museum Valley. Tactician Sword, Museum Valley. Terminator. This is probably, yeah, it should go in S+ tier. That's literally the best bow in the game. The Alchemist Staff, Museum Valley. Tribal Spear. Only use is to stun Thorn in floor 4 M4, so I'm putting it in C tier. Nah, it goes straight into D tier, fuck that. Twilight Jagged. What even are the tiers called, bro? You know what? I'm removing all of them and putting 2 in S tier because I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm putting 2 of them. Okay, Undead Bow, Museum Valley, Undead Sword. It's the first sword you're gonna buy while going in the deep caverns, and it's solid for early game. C tier. Valkyrie, S tier. Venom's Touch, Museum Valley, Void Sword. I'd say it is B tier, a solid B tier. Void Edge, Katana. Wait, that's an ability. Bro, who is making these? Void Walker Katana. It's better than Void Sword for Endermans, but it has no other uses. It is free though, so D tier. Void Edge Katana. It's a must when you do the early stages of Demon Slayer. C tier. Warple Katana. Yeah, you're also gonna use it while doing the tier 3 and going to tier 4. B tier. Warp AOTE and Warped AOTV. They're literally the same. I'm not even gonna bother. Wither Bow, Museum Valley. Wither Cloak Sword. It does have a lot of uses, so I'm putting it in A tier. Yeti Sword. It's not good, but not bad. D tier. Zombie Commander Whip, Museum Valley. Zombie Night Sword, Museum Valley. Zombie Solar Cutlass, Museum Valley. Zombie Sword, Museum Valley. Okay, and the new ones are Bone Reaver, which I'd say it's not a bad weapon, but the breeding version is better, so I'm putting this one in C tier, and the Felton Reaper in B tier, because it is a stepping stone from Shadow Fury and Giant Sword or Claymore, but they're probably not even gonna use them, so might as well just keep Shadow Fury. And Bouquet of Lies. People do use it, but I'm not a fan of it. I'd say it's not too good, but it's somewhat useful. C tier. Yeah, and I have no idea what I missed, but I think that's all. Yeah, there are a lot of useless items. Thank you for watching. I'm probably gonna do the other tier list if I don't get a decent video idea. And until then, peace.